Hey, what's going on? I'm just getting adjusted. A little light from my face. This room's a little dark. So I'm gonna wait till some folks come in and get started from there. And actually, while I'm in the midst of all of this, I'm gonna share this link. All right. I'll wait till some folks get on. Oops. All right. All right. Just gonna share a few. Wait till some folks get on. Welcome to let's say before we get started, just welcome to 12 Sign Studio. This is my studio. It's in my little tiny bedroom. It works well though. I get a lot of quality stuff out of it. A lot of the songs that you've heard over the years have come out of the studio. So we are live in Brooklyn, New York. Getting all my friends up. Going to all the major places right now. Just give me a moment. All right, let's send one more out and we will get started very soon. All righty. So there isn't anyone here yet, but I'm sure there will be some people along the way. So I'm just going to get started. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Welcome to my studio. This is 12 Sign Studio. Really can't see too much. That's my computer. This is the keyboard that I play on. Those are my speakers. This is in my tiny little bedroom. And in more ways than one, this is where the magic happens. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to do this tonight to kind of give my fans a little update on what's going on. I hope you guys can hear me. It looks like the sound is good. Yeah, man, I'm just about to mute that. All right. Yeah, so I wanted to give you guys an update on Songs About V because that is not a project, is not dead. I've just been very hard at work. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes. I know initially I was supposed to release it in August. August 10th was the original release date, and it was my original release date. I ran into some snags, so it didn't exactly go off the way I wanted to, because there were a lot of moving parts involved, and there were people that were involved that needed to add their input, and wanted to. They're just as invested in the project as I am. And their names are a part of it, and they just wanted to make sure that that they were contributing as much as they could to the project. So there's just a lot of moving parts going on. Didn't get to make August, but with the new release date, I should definitely be able to make that work, because I'm very, very far along. Pretty much all the songs are pretty much done. I'm just adding some extra things, which is easy compared to working on the songs. So I should be done with my part at least by the end of the month. Everything should be together. Hopefully it'll be a lot faster than that. And then once everything's solidified at the end of the month, I'm going to pass it on to mastering, which will probably take about a couple of weeks. So I should have a mastered album before, actually probably by mid-December. So by mid-December, I'm going to submit everything, because you have to give it a couple of months before it could be released to the public. So by that time, we should have a product out. All right, the project should be done. It's long overdue. I've been working on this thing it's been almost 7 years, man, since the conception of this album. It's been through a lot of evolutions. But before I get into all that, I hope everyone's had a good week. And I just came back from Jamaica, which was pretty cool. It was nice to be in that environment, and being a Caribbean island that inspired some of the sounds that I use in this album, because the story revolves around the Caribbean. So, and when you hear the songs, you'll hear a lot of the background music. The music itself is as a backdrop for the story, essentially. So it was nice to be in Jamaica. I did it mainly for my sister. She turned 50 this year, and we went to Jamaica to celebrate that. Also, her best friend turned 50 during the trip, so we were celebrating the milestones that those ladies have reached. And yeah, man, we had a great time. I did it for myself as well, because I wanted to kind of study the culture and just get a feel for the environment, for for Jamaica as an island. I wanted to get a feel for the people, and I just wanted to kind of soak in that vibe, and it was great, man. It was very awesome. I would love to go to Jamaica again. I know some of my friends who are of the LGBTQIA community would kind of protest that. They would tell me there are better places to go, I'm sure. However, when I was there, I enjoyed the people. I enjoyed the vibe. Everyone was nice to me, even though, some people couldn't tell if I was a male or female. So that was interesting to deal with. However, compared to what others have been through, being in Jamaica, it wasn't that bad. Um, yeah, but I had a great time. And then after I came back, I went to the DMV, went to see my folks. They both hit milestones as well. Um, I won't tell their ages, but they both hit like major milestones, which was awesome. So it was nice seeing my parents, my family, spending time with my best friend in Jamaica and in the DMV, and then my parents got to meet my girlfriend. So it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. So it was a good vacation. And then I got sick. I got sick from Jamaica. I'm pretty sure it was from the eating. I ate a lot, and the food is very rich. So I think in particular it was the curry goat, like that really got to me. So yeah, my body wreaked havoc on me, and honestly, I've been out for a few days from work, so it's been tough, and I feel a little better. I still need to go to the doctor. I have a lot more energy than I did before, so I feel good. Feel good. So, um, so while I'm waiting for more people to come, um, just going to talk about the live stream format. As you're coming in here, just all I ask is to be respectful to everyone. This is a community. I'm always open and welcoming people. Just make sure you keep it respectful and light. Um, let's just have fun. If you're coming in, definitely make sure you ask questions. Hit me up at any time. I'm pretty available. I talk to a lot of my fans on a regular basis. They hit me up just out of the blue, and they ask me questions. They ask me about life, about the projects. And I'm pretty accommodating. So I'm pretty sure that they'll tell you the same thing. So um, yeah, this I'll probably make this about, I don't know, an hour and a half, depending on how things go. Um, and we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna rock out. Um, so I should give you um the background story behind songs about V, the concept and all. So I'll get into that now. I know I talked a little bit about it earlier, but I should give you some background bullet points um, regarding the album and why it's so important to me and why I've put so much time and energy into it, because I believe the project's worth it. It comes from a very personal place. When I came up with the concept initially, funny thing, I came up with it, and I remember the actual time of conception for this project. It was in February 2012, and it was actually in Virginia. I was with Substantial, and I was with Marcus D, and we had just finished the show in Richmond, and we're in the hotel, and during that time, the the person that is the subject subsequently of the album, I was involved with them, and I was very much in love with them. So at the time, Songs About V was going to be a collection of love songs about that particular person. And initially, Stan and Marcus, hey, what up? We got our first viewer. I hope you stay. What's up, Octavia? How you doing? Octavia's in the house. Blankety, blankety. What's going on? I'm gonna plug her right now before I get back into the story. Please be sure to check out her Instagram account. She has one for her upcoming web series, Uneducated. Definitely check it out. In the meantime, if you want to get an idea of what Uneducated is about, you can go to YouTube. She has the Uneducated series as it's kind of like a Sims simulated kind of a series. So, but it's very interesting. It's very cool. I can't wait for the live version of Uneducated to come out. I am going to that premiere. I hope it's on my day off. So, but I'll definitely be there. I'll make it happen some way. So somehow, hell or high water, I will be there. Octavia. Yes, I miss you, girl. Yeah, I miss you. I miss you. I miss you, and I miss Natalie. And I got to tell you guys about Jamaica because it was awesome. We have much to discuss. I'm glad I went on that trip. But uneducated, uneducated. Definitely check that out. Go on YouTube, uneducated series. Look it up. Yes, I will be at the party for sure. Um, yeah, make sure you check out the uneducated series by Octavia. She is the creator and I believe co-director as well. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say, yeah, creator, producer, and co-director. So I did not get your Facebook message. You're going to have to send it to me on IG. I get most of my stuff on IG now. So um, please, if you can. Oh, yeah, in the show one or two. um, yeah, if you can invite some more people, that would be cool. Watch the live stream so they can get an idea of what Songs About V is about. I mean, just a little bit. All right, let me get some tea because I took my adult nap. Mm, eggs Octavia. Mm. So I was getting into the background story of how Songs About V began. If you're just coming in, you can just rewind back later. Actually, I think this has DVR capabilities, so definitely check that out. But yeah, Songs About V started in February 2012. That's when I came up with the concept. I was with Stan and Marcus Substantial. For those that don't know, check out his music. Also check out Marcus D's music. Um, Two very talented people, and I love to be associated with those two. They're stand-up guys. So we were in Virginia, Richmond. Um, we had just done a show the night before. I woke up that morning. We were kind of having our usual conversations, and I came up with the idea of writing an album of love songs. Um, and I was very much in love at the time with this particular person. And they both they didn't say anything. However, I could tell by the looks on their faces that it was they weren't really keen to the idea. Um, I know how Stan is too. He doesn't. I mean, he is about love. He loves love. Um, he just feels like it shouldn't get uh, too deep into it, where it gets to the point where it gets. I don't want to say mushy, but it's kind of a slippery slope when you talk too much about love. You want to get the other things involved. So I could tell they were kind of like, I don't know, you know. And I was like, wait, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. So I started to work on this project, and then more things happened. Things took a turn in our relationship, and I went through a great deal um, with this person. What was the things that were involved? I don't want to get too deep into what happened. Let's just say that I went into a really dark place. Um, let's just say I got depressed. I went through a really rough time. It was a really rough patch for me. Um, if anyone's been through depression, it is a very it's a very real thing. It's a very um, tough thing to go through because you don't know when you're going to be released from it. You don't know when you're going to get out of it. You know, eventually you'll get out of it, depending on how severe your depression is. However, it's just a very it's a very tough um, place to be in. And I've been through it on more than one occasion, unfortunately, in my lifetime. And ooh, who just came on? I want to see who came on. I see we have someone else. But yeah, depression's a real thing, and during that time, I had friends, in particular, Peter Anthony Red, kind of coaching me and telling me, to use the experience as something cathartic, to write about it, to create with it, turn it into something positive, you know. So that's what I did. I did have love songs in the beginning. Um, you know, when I first started it, because like I said, it started off as a series of love songs. But then, I started to write about the darker side of our relationship and everything that happened, throughout that time. And then, it kind of evened out. So it wasn't too lovey dovey. It wasn't too dark and twisted. It was just, I just, once I recovered, once I started to, come to, everything kind of leveled out, and um, I was able to direct the album in a way where I could see it kind of from an outside perspective. So I could kind of talk about it and not be uncomfortable about it, or feel some way and get too involved and get my feelings too deeply involved. So I think where it is now is great. I could tell the story and still kind of look at it in hindsight, and add those things in there as well, because I think that's important. So yes, the album is about one particular person, um, whose name starts with V. um, and this person is significant in my life for many reasons. One, because of that, because of what I went through with her, and the other thing was I took a lot of positives from that situation too. I learned a lot about myself. Um, I learned about who I am. What I'm capable of, what I'm capable of going through. Um, and I think that experience brought out the best in me, and I believe that this album is a testament of that. Um, and you'll hear it because it's been through a lot. I started to in the beginning. I was going to use samples, kind of like what I did with my EP when I was Steph the Sapphic Songstress. By the way, you can check out my material when I was Steph the Sapphic Songstress. As you know, I'm not Steph the Sapphic Songstress anymore because that's a pretty fucking long name to say. Now I'm Stephanie Gale, for those that don't know. But as Steph the Sapphic Songstress, I put out a lot of. Does V know? That is a good question. Yes, V does know about this concept. I've told her about it. Um, I've actually played a couple of songs in at certain stages. So it's not like it's a secret. I'm very open with V. I still talk to V. We've talked a lot about what we went through together, and we're in a better place. We're in a much better place, so it's cool. Um, I don't know if she's heard everything. I believe she understands that this process is a cathartic process. It's a way for me to, kind of deal with everything that I went through with her. Um, I've I have not held back from her in regards to how I've felt. Um, our communication has gotten a lot better though since that time over time. So, mm. But as I was saying, as a Steph the Sapphic Songstress, please check out my material from that time. I put a lot of stuff out at that time. I also put out an EP back in 2012 called the Sapphic Soul EP. So definitely check that out. It was the beginning. It was my first real solo project, my first real solo flight. So I was feeling things out. There are a lot of good elements to that EP. However, I've evolved. I've gotten better. I've gotten a handle of production and recording, and I'm with this particular album. With this is also this. By the way, this is going to be my debut LP. Songs about V will be my debut LP. And I think it's appropriate. Initially, I was going to make it an EP, but then after listening to the songs and um, realizing how long it actually was going to be, it could still be an EP. However, I think it's a good way to start. I think it's a good starting point for um, where my music is going to go. Um, like I said back then, I was very much sample based. I relied on other producers to provide me with tracks, and I wrote my own stuff before. I had done my own production before. However, I had done it for myself. I was pretty nervous about releasing material um, that I had created because I wasn't quite confident enough yet. Um, Even though I have people that have been in the music business for a long time in some capacity, and they really liked what I had put out. However, I wanted my music to go to the next level. The thing about the Sapphic Soul EP was that um, it's marketed as an R&B album. However, it's very much rooted in hip hop. So, mm, and that was the thing. And I knew what audience I was catering to because a lot of my fans back then were hip hop fans, and still quite a few of them are hip hop fans. So, so it had a very hip hop centric kind of feel to it. It was an R&B album with hip hop sensibilities, and so I was kind of catering to that market. However, I wanted to go more so into the R&B realm and play with more genres. So with songs about V, you'll hear a lot of that, and everything has a purpose to it. Um, but songs about I'll play some of the songs for you later on. But a lot of the a lot of the tracks on songs about V have multiple genres. Can't even talk right now. Have multiple genres and types of music involved. And that, like I said, everything has a purpose. And as I explained earlier, with songs about V, I delve into a lot of like West Indian genres, um, like dance hall, a little bit of reggae. I have instruments from that region that I play around with, um, because much of the story takes place in the Caribbean. So I thought it'd be interesting to use West Indian styles of music as a backdrop to the story. or at least add to it. But there's a lot of that involved. Um, just to give you an idea of where my head was um, when I was going through what I was going through with V, um, and to give you like a to kind of color and paint the picture a little more vividly. I don't know who else is on here, but apparently there are two people here. I'm interested to see who the second person is. Second subscriber or second viewer, if you're here, please reveal yourself because I want to know who you are. And just be polite because it's polite to say hello. I'm saying hello to you. Um, but no, just say what's up. Thank you for joining, by the way. So yeah, I mean that's the basic gist of songs about V. The other thing I wanted to get involved with in regards to the making of this album, I wanted to. I collaborated previously with different people, but it was more like guest appearances and that sort of. It was in that sort of lane. However, as far as my production, I wanted to collaborate with people with, that could add something extra to to the project itself. And so I think I found a great partner in Peter Anthony Red, um, who's also a very very talented person. Shouts out to him. Like I said, I'll play some of the music later just to give you an idea of what he's contributed because his contribution has been quite significant, and we I think we make a great pair. If you go to any of my YouTube videos, or if you go to my channel, I should say, there's a song on there called "Virtual Jesus," which is actually a cover of "Personal Jesus" by Depeche Mode. It was my take on it. I had, given him the concept, and actually, that song was going to be that was going to be one of the singles of one of the versions of songs about V. At the time, I was shopping that as my first single, and my once as I started to write more songs, it didn't exactly fit with the direction that I was heading into. It still will be part of the album. However, it will be a bonus track because I love the single so much. I'm happy with what Peter Anthony Red and I did with it. But I had given him the I had given him my concept. I had done a version of it. It wasn't like fleshed out or anything like that. But I had said to him the production that I had done, the idea that I wanted to go, the direction that I wanted to go into. And he heard it and he was like, "Yeah, I get an idea of what you're saying. I know what I'm gonna do." This guy fleshed out a fucking song in like a few hours with my vocals and everything. It was to watch him work is amazing, and that was almost 5 years ago that we worked on that song. Actually, it pretty much was 5 years ago. Anthony Monroe, that's who it is. Oh, you just joined us. Good evening, sir. Oh, okay. It's spotty on that side. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining. It's good to have you. So yeah, check out Virtual Jesus, his version of it. That's probably my most popular song to date. Um, Especially on YouTube. I'm surprised that it got that much recognition, and I did absolutely nothing to really promote that song. But it, over time, people have enjoyed that version, my take on the Depeche Mode song, and I think it's really dope. I think I did it justice, and that's the thing about covers. I like to remain in the spirit of the original song. I think when some people make or create covers or remake covers of certain songs, they kind of oh, thank you, sir. Um, I think when people do covers, some people go too far. It's kind of like what Taylor Swift did with September. It was like, what? Why would you make that? Why would you make that version? Like, it just it didn't work. It didn't work. Even with Genuine when he remade When Doves Cry by Prince, it was kind of like I don't I understand like creating new concepts from the song and that, and I'm not, I'm not one to, say don't do that. I just believe that you should really understand what the spirit of the original song is, what made it so great, take those elements and build upon those elements. So I believe that's what I did with Personal Jesus. I don't think I diminished it. I don't think I made it worse. I think I made it more interesting, you know. And I kind of updated it for the masses. So I think it's very relevant. But like I said, Peter Anthony Red did the damn thing with the production, and he killed it. And it was exactly what I wanted, and I'm grateful for that. So that single will be on the album. It will just be a bonus track. Uh, Let me see some of these questions. So let's see. All right. So the question is, would you like to perform a couple of songs at my party next week? Woo! Woo! Um, yeah. Yeah, I could do that. Just give me the date and time. Hopefully it's we're gonna have to flesh out some details. But I would love to perform. That would be great. I would be totally down for that. Let's do it. But yeah, hit me up later and hit me up later and we'll discuss it for sure. But I should be able to go. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, you can definitely yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, you can definitely hear my music and let me know what you think of it and we can go from there. I'm gonna play some stuff tonight too, so I'll probably Octavia. I'm probably gonna perform, the two singles, but I may do something else. We'll see. Maybe I'll play some stuff for you, and you can let me know what you like. So yeah, that's the first question. I would definitely love to perform at your party. That would be great. Um, Want to discuss educated and perhaps a track we can use for the first episode. Okay, I'm down for that too. Yeah, I would love to contribute to your project. I'm a big believer in it. So, and I know how hard you've been working on this web series. So, I'm definitely all for it. I'm down for whatever. We'll definitely, like I said, I'm off today and tomorrow, so you can hit me up then, or we can meet up tomorrow if you're free, and we can talk about we can flesh out the details. That would be great. Um, you're lurking, Anthony. um, let's get drinks. Okay, I'm down. You can meet my girlfriend too. So that would be great. That would be super super awesome. So where was I? I was where was I? So discussing Peter Anthony Red being a part of the album. Um, yeah, he contributed greatly to the album. I think he enhanced my concept when I explained what I wanted to do with the album. He kind of, it was funny when we had the conversation. He was like shooting out these ideas. His mind is just like it's on all six cylinders. Just he just goes. And when he was explaining it, I was kind of like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, wait, what? No, wait, no, that's not. And then after I thought about it and thought about where he wanted to go with it, I was like, you know what? That is a really good idea. You know, I think the idea of using Caribbean sounds as a backdrop was his idea. It started with him and our conversations. So I think the things that he added are a big deal. They're significant to the project. I hope you don't mind. I want to take this. I want to take this shirt off because it is pretty warm in here. So don't worry, not naked. Um, so, whew. Yeah. So striptease. Yep. No, I'm gonna scare people away. Octavia, stop it. Um, no, but I think what he contributed to the album was it, it was so significant. And I should play some of the stuff. I probably should do that. Actually, one of the songs, that he produced, I would say fully. I added a couple of extra elements, but and I'm still kind of working through it a little bit. It's actually up now. Let me just get on out of here. And this is that actually the only dance hall track on here, and it's called Victim. And I should explain. Do you want me to play Victim? I can play Victim. Um, Anthony, say yes if you want me to play Victim, and I'll just go ahead and explain it. Yay! All right. Awesome. Very awesome. So I'm gonna explain Victim. Why? Oh, that's yes. That might be yes. I think you didn't spell it out. All right. All right. So I'm gonna explain. Each song is very significant. So the story of the album starts off very happy, and then it slowly gets a little. I see that, Anthony. Yes, great. But it starts off very happy and very lighthearted, and it gets to like a climactic kind of, or it gets to its pinnacle, and then it starts to kind of go downhill, and then in the end, it kind of levels off. That's how I've fashioned the album. So, Victim is kind of like at that point where it's kind of like heading towards the pinnacle. Um, and it's also like it's probably I don't want to say it's the only danceable track on the album, um, but it's the most danceable track on the album. Um, it's pretty dope, y'all. Octavia, you're Jamaican. You know how dancehall music is. You can let me know what you think of it. But this is the track that Peter Anthony Red probably contributed the most to, besides the bonus track, um, Virtual Jesus, which was also part of the concept, and I'll explain to you afterwards. But this is Victim in the story, and the story is true. Um, it's basically about, so during the time when I was going to visit V, um, I so I went over to visit her. I went to a Caribbean island to see her. And while I was there, I was stalked for 3 days, not by her, by someone else who was affiliated with her. So I got stalked for 3 days, um, and I had to hide on this island that I knew absolutely nothing about, and the only person that could help me was V. So this is the song about when I was being stalked and when there were threats. That person will probably not admit it, but they were pretty veiled threats on my life. Um, and I was attempting to warn V about it, and I don't think she believed me until it was actually happening, until the stalking happened. So it was a pretty scary time. I had no idea what was going to happen. But this is kind of like my response to that particular person in regards to that. So this is called Victim. I'm not quite done with it yet. I was actually in the middle of some pitch correcting. So some parts are a little off. Don't worry, I'm fixing it. So but this is it. Let's start. And let me know if you do. Let me know if you hear it tonight. You can give me a thumbs up. I'm not playing it yet, but when I turn it on. It sound good? You guys can hear it? Oh, it's not too foamy. Oh my God, I forgot to. It'd be good to unmute everything. All right, we're gonna start that again because I need to unmute everything. Okay, that looks good. One more time. Take two. Take two. Beautiful. All right, take two. This should have vocals with it. Probably wondering why a woman like me will wanna push on your girlfriend. Tell you the truth, it wasn't me that you see that started this pursuit. And make them as a surprise. You're asking questions why. And I'm sure you're praying for the day that you do away with me, but I guess I'm still day. No matter what you say, I gotta face the truth. She doesn't love me. No, hate you, and she will never see you dropping the tea. It's coming to me. So you can say I'm the reason for the way you believe. No one ain't you. But just keep me, baby, believe Yeah, it's very bass heavy. She told you before that she really loved you, didn't want to give up. Did you think it was all a lie? Think you could change your mind? Choose at the core, but just ignore it. Really can't be much for a guy. Thanks. Yeah, I told you, man. I told you Peter Anthony Bridges is his name, man. Kill me. Thanks, Octavia. Yeah, I told you it's real danceable. I'm glad he created a track like this, for the album because I think that's what it needed. Like I said, I still got to work on some of the pitch correcting. So. All right, that's it. That's the basic. So that was Victim. I hope you all enjoyed that. Like I said, I do have other tracks that you can, kind of dance to. But this is probably the fastest as far as BPM, beats per minute. Excuse me. I think it's significant to driving the story, and it kind of breaks you out of that lovey-dovey mode, which I get into in the beginning. Once you get to the song, it's kind of like, okay, this is serious. Like, it's becoming it's becoming a little more intense. So it's a good song to drive the narrative of the story forward, which is what I love about it. That's why it's kind of in the middle of the album. So yeah, man. I haven't really. I've played the song before, and I've gotten a lot of positive responses from it. So I'm glad you all enjoyed it as well. Is there anything else you want to hear? Any other songs you want to hear? Let me know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play something else. Let me see. What do I want to play? What do I want to play? Oh, I know what I can play. I'm gonna play this song. All right. So I'm gonna play this song. Yes, I will. I'm going to surprise you. I don't think I've played this song yet. But if you look on a couple of my videos from way back when, so this track I'm about to play, the beat is actually the oldest beat of all the tracks I have. I would say Victim is probably the newest of all the tracks off of the album. Some of these tracks are many years old. I think this song in particular is, I believe it's 9 years old. I came up. The funny thing is, I came up with it just out of the blue. It was like one of those little happy little accident situations. So I use Reason as my digital audio workstation. It's my favorite DAW. I love it. I know a lot of people use Logic and Pro Tools and all that stuff, and it's cool. I've always worked with Reason. I've worked with Reason since my sophomore year in college. So I'm used to the interface. I love it. It's great. It gives me everything I need. Sound wise, it's an awesome DAW. If you're ever looking into DAWs, you should definitely check out Reason. I think a lot of people. I think it's a very underrated DAW. But anyway, so I had given one of my friends. Who was that? Pusha Tiana. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining this live stream. We are happy to have you. Join the conversation. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to ask me any question you'd like. I'm a pretty open book, so I'm down for anything. as I live and breathe. Oh. Um so yes, truly as we live and breathe. Um what was I saying? Okay, reason. I was teaching reason to to one of my friends. I had given her the application. That's when I was kind of like getting cracked versions of it before I could actually afford it. So I gave her a copy of it, and I was teaching her how to use the software. And as I was teaching her how to use the software, I came up with this beat, and I was like, "Shit, I'm gonna keep this," because it was so dope. It's morphed quite a bit, but the essence of it has remained the same. It's actually gotten a lot better since I came up with the original beat. I thought the original beat was dope, but this one is a lot better. Oh, we got a question. Let's see. What was the process like? What were your favorite moments throughout this project? Um, all right. Before I get into voices, which is the name of the song, I'll answer that question. Um, what were my favorite moments throughout the project? Um, I mean, just discovering my voice. Um, essentially. Um, because, like I said, when I explained earlier, before you came on, um, I had released the Sapphic Soul EP under my former name, Steph the Sapphic Songstress, and I hadn't quite found my voice. It was my first time putting material out um, as a solo artist, so really putting stuff out there for the world to hear. So I hadn't quite found my voice yet. Um, and it was funny when the album came out. Substantial and I, Substantial is a very good friend of mine. He's also, I consider him a mentor in music and in life. We had a discussion about the album. The funny thing about Stan and I is that we think alike in a lot of ways. Um, we have very similar ideas about things. And one of the things that we both agreed on was when the Sapphic Soul EP came out. It was one that was very hip hop heavy, which is probably what I needed at the time. Um, However, it wasn't R&B enough, and you could tell on that album I was very much influenced by MCs because that's all I hung around at the time. I know a lot of MCs, a lot of great MCs. So a lot of their energy fed off. I fed off a lot of their energy and a lot of their sound. So that translated on the album. Um, and that was the thing. Stan and I agreed that once I released a second album or the next project, that I would have to kind of define my voice a little more and kind of introduce more of the R&B aspect of myself into the project. So that was part of the goal of Songs About V. I wanted to definitely make it more R&B. I wanted to have songs that people could sing along with. I wanted, I wanted my material to be more digestible. Um, like I said, I was doing a lot of acrobatic, uh, you know, uh, hip hop related. I had a hip hop related vocal style on on the Sapphic Soul EP. With Songs About V, it's much more R&B. It's not as acrobatic. I mean, there is some areas where I have to, really push my range and my breath control as a singer. However, excuse excuse me, it's more. This is definitely more R&B than Sapphic Soul EP. So I think finding my voice in this project has been a lot of fun. Um, Finding my sound as a producer has been a lot of fun. I've done a great deal of experimenting and self-discovery. I've done a lot of research. Um, I've worked with different people on these projects. You'll hear some contributions from a couple other people. I don't really have any like vocal guest appearances on this album, except for, I should say, actually Substantial's wife, Rochelle Etienne Robinson. She should be acknowledged. I'm actually working on her narration now. She's going to be the narrator for the album, so she's going to be another driving force within that album. Shouts out to Shell. What's up, Shell? Um, also, working with I had the chance to work with some really old friends, but good people. Shelton Garner, is one of the musicians. I played with a lot of live instrumentation on this album, and Shelton was a big factor in that. He's on 4 of the tracks, and he did his thing. Not only did he play guitar in different styles, because every song has a different style, which is really awesome. He also added percussion to. If you haven't heard Venus yet, which is one of the singles, it's the first single off the album that I've released. He contributed a great deal to that song. He gave it the feel and the sound that I wanted for that song. Because I hadn't worked with reggae, with the genre of reggae before, and I wanted to play with that idea. So if you listen to Venus, he's a big part of that. He did a lot of production work on there. He contributed a great deal. So I I credited him as the co-producer of that song. He did his thing. What else I was gonna say? But Sheldon Garner, big factor on the project, and it was great working with him. Another person I should acknowledge, Gerson Zaragoza, who's a friend of Marcus D's. He added some guitar work to the album as well. I believe, yeah, Voices is one of the songs that he contributed some guitar work. It's really awesome. I'm going to play it for you in a minute. And another song he did was Virgin, which is actually the first song on the album. But collaborating with people, that's been a lot of fun. Collaborating with them, collaborating with Peter Anthony Red, talking to Substantial. He's not going to vocally be on this album. However, he will be contributing in a major way in regards to fashioning the album and getting it to sound the way to get it to sound like high quality. So he's actually going to master the album, which is awesome because he just started mastering. He's done a couple of projects and he's amazing. He's been great. But just the collaborative part of it, which is also a challenge for me because I wanted to get more people involved with my projects. That has been pretty fantastic. That's been a great part of the journey. So I know that was a lot. That was a mouthful. Pusha Tiana. However, I hope that answered your question. So, but yeah, just working with different people and getting people's ideas and their vision, or their perspective of what my vision is for this album has been pretty awesome. So, so I'm gonna play this song. This is the song that's towards the end of the album. Um, it's called Voices. And I'll let you know what it's about. Voices basically, after everything happened, after we had separated, kind of what I was left with. It's basically the state of mind that I was in after she left. It's kind of like all I had were these deposits of memories, senses, smells, just memories of what we were, and that's all I had to hang on to, and that was the only thing that was kind of keeping me going after she left. So, but and at the same time, it was also keeping me prisoner. So it's kind of that conflict. So it's kind of euphoric, but at the same time, it was kind of dangerous as well. The state that I was in. All right, Octavia. All right, I'm gonna play this song. So I won't keep you. I won't keep you on. Without further ado, voices. And those are live guitars. That's Gerson playing. In the room, dark and still, in my ear, I hear you telling me things that I know speak of. I think this is the first time I played this version of the song. And it's going through a couple of changes. Peter Anthony added some elements to it, so. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, Octavia. Nice. All right. Let's do it. Like I said, hit me up later if you're available. Or we can talk tomorrow. We can go to Risco and flesh everything out. So. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, call me afterwards. I'll probably be done no later than 8:30. So. Yeah, I don't want to go beyond 8:30. Really? All right, the more the merrier. Let's do it. Nice. We're doing that tomorrow, by the way. I gotta let my girl know. She's probably gonna be upset with me, but we'll do it. I'm down. All of these voices inside my head, now it feels to be on the trend. Can I escape the prison of my mind and be free from the memories I left behind? Echoing gold and drowning from within. But what I really want is cold and fading in. I don't wanna look back, now I just wanna go. Start anew and leave the life that I used to know. Alright, that's all you get. That's all you get. Check this out. Oh, that's one. That's one. All right. How's voices? Oh, we turned this into a party now. All right. All right. All right. Let's open this. Uh, that's all right. That's all right, Anthony. There'll be other opportunities. All right, y'all. But that was voices. Uh, that's definitely going to be on songs about V. Risbo the Night. Ugh. I don't know. I have to check my funds. I gotta see. I gotta see. Yeah, tomorrow would be better for me. It's actually I want to work on this album tonight, do some more tweaking, and then tomorrow I'm going to a play. It's gonna be kind of busy in the morning. Um, I'm going to a play with my girl, and then we're gonna hang out. We'll do Risbo afterwards. Um, but yeah, if you're down to come to Risbo tomorrow, yeah, Octavia and I will be there. So all good. And Pusha Tiana, we'll all be there. So um, I'm gonna play one more song. I'll play one more song for you guys before I sign off. And I got to give you some more updates as well. So play one more. All right, one more song, and then I'm gonna conclude this. I'm just gonna update you guys on some things, and then I'm gonna get out of here. All right, so this song I'm gonna play. This last song I'm gonna play um, is called "Vulnerable," and "Vulnerable" is this is gonna be the song that takes us all home, um, literally. But it's I love the beat. It feels good. The melody laid perfectly. You like climbed into that pocket. Oh, thanks. Oh, Natalie's in Jamaica. Nice. Oh, I just missed her. I missed Natalie, man. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that though. Oh, I'm sorry I missed her, man. I was in the grill too, man. Which was awesome. Grill was very very fun. I enjoyed that part of Jamaica. But yeah, in regards to this song, "Vulnerable." So this song is basically about my depression and what I went through. And this is kind of my letter to myself. It's kind of a reminder of where I've been and where I'm going, um, and kind of reminding myself that everything's going to be okay despite what I'm going through, just despite um, what I was dealing with. I knew that eventually I would make it out of that rut. So this is kind of like this is a song for those folks that are familiar with depression and how it works, whatever state or form it takes. This is a song for them. Um, so yeah, I hope you get a positive message out of it. Yes, vulnerable. So I made it slow and rooting for a reason. You may know me, but do you really know me? Are you willing to take the time to know who I am? It's actually one of the songs shows contributed to. So many layers to uncover. Are you ready to go there deep? Mm-hmm. See, the ones that truly know me understand the very core of me. I'm a good woman with a good heart, most fail to see. I invite you to take a minute, not use your eyes, but use your heart to see. Don't be afraid, it's okay. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to be scared, to be hurt, to be broken. It's part of the deal when you have a soul. It's time to let it go. It's time to face another day. You may never find the answers to the questions inside you, but perhaps it's better to know it'll be okay. Yeah. Truly hurt me more than you ever know. Never knew pain so real could pierce this deep. To a point where I couldn't move, leaning on to any other feeling. Hey. Now I hope this burden on me. Oppressed don't even recognize me. I stare into the mirror, if you an empty shell of who I used to be. Pain is in everything I say and do. I wonder if the love I felt will return to me. Hey, hey, hey. But for now I'll be okay. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to be scared, to be hurt, to be broken. It's part of the deal when you have a soul. It's time to let it go. It's time to face another day. Hey, you may never find the answers to the questions inside you, but perhaps it's better to know. Be okay. Yeah, yeah. Know that I'm stronger than they say I am. Even in the pain, I can take a stand to recognize that I can also lead the game. That the sun can still shine even in the rain. Maybe down now, but I'm far from out. Even in the face of despair or even doubt, I just really need time to figure it out. See the image of the woman that I am now. Oh, you'll be okay. Yeah, you'll be okay. Yay! So yeah, that was vulnerable. Shouts to once again. Huh, my. So you like that, Anthony? You like that? I hope you did. Yeah, that song in particular is deeply personal. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, man. That one means a lot to me. I still feel like I have to do a little more tweaking on it. However, it's just about where I want it. So, but that's definitely the way I want to end the album, and I want to go out with a bang. So, um, I think this I think this song makes the statement that I want to make. It ends out the album the way I want it to. Um, yeah, you guys get a sneak peek to what I have thus far. This is pretty much, I think, the state that the song is going to be in. Songs about V is going. It's a special project, man. It's why it's the reason why I've taken so long to release it. Because I don't want to skimp on anything. I want it to be. Um, I want to give the fans what they've been waiting for. I'm putting as much of myself in it as I possibly can. So, on that note, uh, it's personal in the music, especially in the last one shows it. I'm glad, man. I'm glad it translates the way that way. Um, I'm glad that you've gotten that out of it. So I appreciate that, man. Um, yeah. On that note, in regards to the release date of Songs About V, initially I was gonna release it August 10th. However, like I said, there's so many moving parts to this album, and some of the moving parts delayed me. So I had to push it back, which is kind of a good thing because the new date is actually V's birthday. And V's birthday is February 8th. So the album will be out on Friday, February 8th, 2019. Yeah, I'm not gonna say their name, Tiana. Just know that their name starts with a V, and that person is the subject of this album. And once you hear it, you'll understand. Um, and also, the other thing that you'll notice about the album is that all the song titles start with a V. And I kind of did that. I kind of kept in the spirit of how I started, where I don't want to say that I was obsessed with the person, but I was very much in love with the person. Um, but I just wanted to play with the title itself, "Songs About V." That it's not only about the person; it's also about the subject matters um, pertaining to the person. So it's got an extra layer to the song title itself and the concept. So um, with that being said, though, "Songs About V" will be out on February 8th, 2019. That is my word. That is my final answer. I will not push it back any further since I have all the elements I need. Everything's now in my hands. I am in control. So, and like I said, most of the songs are pretty much done. Like they're pretty much solidified. All I'm working on now is just the narration, and putting those parts together, and just basically tying the album up and fashion it in a way where everything ties together seamlessly. So, um, yeah, Tiana, we'll talk about that tomorrow when we're at Risbel. Though I'll tell you about V and what that's all about. Um, but yeah, once again, mark your calendars. You need to know Songs About V will be out everywhere on all streaming sites as a digital copy and a physical copy. February 8th, 2019. Friday, February 8th, 2019. That I am not pushing it back any further. Hella High Water, the album will be out February 8th, 2019. So please make a note of it. Tell as many people as you can. Let them know the word is out February 8th, 2019. All right. Can't stress that anymore. Second thing is you can pre-order the album now. You don't have to wait until then to get the album or to solidify your spot for the album. You can pre-order the album now. You can pre-order as a digital copy, or you can get the digital and the physical copy. Let me actually send you the link now. I'm gonna write it here in the oops. It's all available on Bandcamp. And I'll send you the link now. Just give me a second to type it out. I want to make sure everything's spelled out properly. All right, that is the link right there. That's where you can get the pre-order. You can also go to my official website, which I will also put up. All right, you can go to either one of those and pre-order the album. I also have merchandise on my website, just t-shirts. I'm also selling the Sapphic Soul EP. You can also stream it, as well as other projects that I've worked on with other people in the past, so you can get to know me and you can get familiar with the catalog that I have. Yeah, all the information is there. So yeah, definitely pre-order if you like what you heard here. Nice, nice, nice. All right, Octavia, take care. Yeah, I'm gonna be out in a minute myself. I just want to get these last things out, but definitely pre-order the album if you like what you heard here. There's going to be a lot more of that. Like I said, once I add the narration into it, it's going to be bananas. It's going to be a great album. I'm very proud of this project, and I know that the fans will enjoy this project as well. Also, I'm going to do a live listening party, an online listening party. I'm going to live stream it. That's going to be, uh, sorry, I got distracted. All right, I'm going to do a live stream listening party December 21st, 2018. That's when it's going to be. I believe that is also a Friday. So I'll be live streaming I'll live stream from Instagram in that particular case because I only wanted to be up for 24 hours. But the best seat in the house will be live. I hope I see you there. I'm gonna play the entire album because I want folks' feedback on the album. Whoever's there, you'll get to hear it. Whoever listens or whoever sees the live stream within that 24 hours, you'll get to experience it as well. Like I said, December 21st, 2018. I will give you more details as they come or as they develop. But I'm doing an on live stream listening party. I hope you are there. I hope everyone's there. All right. Let's see what else. What else do I need to talk about? That's pretty much it. If you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to get out of here. I have more work to do. But I'm open to taking more questions if you have it. Otherwise, I'm gonna sign out. So, you guys have any more questions? Going once, going twice. All right. So if you don't have any more questions, you can hit me up on you actually hit me up here on YouTube. I get the notifications and I can answer any of your questions that you have after this video goes up. You can also hit me on Instagram. They're all Sapphic Steph, as you can see. Sapphic Steph is in everything. The only one that isn't Sapphic Steph is my Facebook. I do have a Sapphic Steph page on Facebook, but that's my old one. That's Steph the Sapphic Songstress. Facebook will not let me change that. So I have a new page for Stephanie Gale, and that one is facebook.com/the Stephanie Gale. All right, it's a little easier to spell. So, but for everything else, Twitter is Sapphic Steph, Instagram is Sapphic Steph, Bandcamp, like I said, is Sapphic Steph, YouTube is Sapphic Steph. Even SoundCloud, you can go there. I do have 2 accounts. You want to go to the one that says Sapphic Steph /1. All right, or should I say dash? Sapphic Steph -1. That's the one you want to go to. The other one is an older one. It still have material on there, but you want to go to the one that says SoundCloud.com dash Sapphic Steph 1. All right, so or Sapphic Steph -1. So on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. I got more work to do. I hope you all have a lovely night. It's Friday night, so you better be partying hard. For me, I'm gonna party tomorrow, and right now I'm just gonna get into this work. So it was a pleasure being with you guys. Love you all. I'll be back soon. All right. You too, man. Take care of yourself. I know you're at work. When you get off, you better party hard for me. You have a good night as well, man. All right. Everyone take care. Love you. Peace.